What's up everyone, and welcome back to another unboxing video. I am so excited to share this very special unboxing with you guys today, since this is my first ever resin statue purchase. It's none other than my most favorite anime character ever, Levi Ackerman from Attack on Titan. This is probably the most expensive item I have in my collection so far, and it took a long time to get this. I'm an ultimate Attack on Titan fan and I love the series so much that I really saved up to buy this statue right here. So without further ado, let's start unboxing. As you can see, we already have a very cool box with Levi on the front, so you kinda have an idea what the statue would look like. Even the outer packaging box earlier, which had the Wings of Freedom logo, was actually kinda cool too. I got this statue from FavorGK, and I'll put the link down below if you're interested in getting this piece. I also just want to say that it's limited and I'm not sure how many they have left, so make sure to snag one soon. This statue took a whole 3 months before it got to me, and you can imagine how devastating the wait is. I wanted to cry the moment it got delivered to my door. I am really hoping there are no broken parts in here. That's what I'm really scared of, since it came all the way from the other side of the world. The first 2 months I thought it was lost at sea because I couldn't track it until it arrived at the destination country. Since resin statues are very fragile, I'm really trying to be careful opening this box. I was just an idiot who didn't look which side was the top, so I opened it the wrong way. But luckily, it had no broken parts. First off, I just wanted to show you guys this photocard included with the statue. And at the back, we have the studio that made this beautiful piece, which is LC Studios. To start off with the statue, we have this very heavy base right here, and at the bottom we have Levi's face. Right off the bat, I am just astounded at the detail in this base. So we have the Beast Titan's head right here, and I really love the texture and the paint job. They did an awesome job, from the blood effects to the texture of the skin. Everything is just on point. Also, it's really heavy, so do be careful not to drop it. And I do apologize if I'm showing it in a wobbly way, but we also have a nameplate right here with Levi Ackerman written on it, which adds a nice touch to the whole statue. Here are some close-ups so you guys can see the amazing detail. I love the shine on the Beast Titan's face, it makes it look too real, and the different shades from the smoke is just awesome. Next, I'll add the first smoke effect right here, which will be going to the back of the statue. As you can see, we have a slot right here where we will be putting the blood effect later. Here we have a notch, and this will be our guide so we can put this in the back. So we're just gonna slide it right here, and it should fit perfectly. Here we have the second smoke effect, which will be going in front of the Beast Titan's head. Now this notch is magnetized, so it should snap in easily. Next up is Levi's body. I'm just gonna show you up close just how amazing the details are in this thing. The jacket and the gears are just so beautifully sculpted. Even if you look under the jacket, everything is on point. The blood on his outfit is just typical Levi being badass. Even the tiny buckles on those belts are detailed. This is just top-notch sculpting and painting. As you can see, the texture and paint job on the boots is also amazing. They didn't forget to add details on the sole too, even if it won't be visible once we put them in the base. The attention to detail is just awesome. I am speechless. be careful with these flimsy wires right here because they might break easily. Before we place Levi on the base, we're just gonna equip his ODM gear on the side. Again, they did a good job on the details and paint job. They didn't forget to add touches like some scratches on the tanks to give it a realistic feel. There was another part that was supposed to be attached on the ODM gear, but I excluded it since I wasn't really feeling it there. And now to attach it, we have a slot right here shaped like a pentagon, and it should just easily fit with the notch on the ODM gear to his right leg, like this. Moving on to the other ODM gear, we're just gonna snap that on his left leg following the notch. I'm just trying to be careful with these wires right here. And there we go. Here we have Levi's body with the ODM gears, and let me tell you, he's looking more and more badass. Now let's place him on top of the Beast Titan's head. Next, we have Levi's right hand, which as you can see is holding his sword and has a long blood effect. We will be connecting this to the slot from the first smoke effect we added earlier. As you can see, no matter how small those details are, they didn't shy away in making it as realistic as possible. I'm just gonna be taking out this smoke effect again to show you properly. Remember the slot earlier? I'm going to be attaching this notch from the blood effect right here, and I will just place it all back in the statue. This will have a swoosh effect from Levi's sword, giving it a cool blood trail. Now let's very carefully move his hand inside his sleeve to keep it in place. It's important to note to be very gentle with this because it might break since it's going to be pulling all the other parts in. Moving on, we're going to attach Levi's left hand, which is holding the other sword, and as you can see, it has a very cool blood effect too, which is quite shorter than the other one. Again, there's those little details on this hand, making it look like he just owned the Beast Titan. This one is magnetized too, so it should just slide in easily. We also have some wires to add to the ODM gears to make it much more cooler and also adding to Levi's movement. So this one goes on Levi's right side. have this end to put inside the gear attached to his body, and the other end goes to the handle of his sword right here. Next, we'll be doing the wires on his right side, but I quickly noticed how this was not attaching properly to the handle of his sword. I tried to kind of digging inside that tiny slot, even putting a sticky tack on it, but sadly it just didn't work. I'm just gonna show you how it's not attaching. So I guess I'll just leave it for now and maybe just decide to glue it someday when I have a permanent place for the statue. Moving on, we have his green survey corpse cloak, and I am just really impressed at the texture and details on this. They even have darker shades to mimic shadows and dirt, and I also love the touch of blood in there. So we're just gonna pop this on his shoulders. Next, we're just gonna put his scarf on top. As you can see, we have notches right here that should fit perfectly on his collar. And finally, for Levi's head, they provided two types of head actually, and here I have the regular, clean face, pretty boy look. We also have one covered in blood, but he still looks like a pretty boy, a badass pretty boy actually. I love how they did Levi's face. It's quite close to what we're familiar with the anime, and the sculpting on his hair is just so impressive. So I decided to go for the blood-covered face since it adds up to the whole look of the statue more. And we're just gonna pop his head right there. And now our statue is complete. And before I forget, the statue also comes with this small plaque or coin or whatever you call it with Levi on it, and at the back we have the statue number. So I have 382 of 600 statues in the world. It comes with a stand so you can display it beside your statue. And finally, for the epic statue showcase. And just look at that awesome looking statue. This just perfectly depicts one of the most epic fight scenes ever of Levi versus the Beast Titan. I love the overall look of this statue and how Levi is just standing there on top of the Beast Titan's head, wind blowing in his cloak and smokes and everything. I also love the specific elements in the statue which adds up to Levi's movements. There's also enough blood effects to know what just went down on this scene. Just a few things that I wish were different in the statue is the Beast Titan's head, which I was hoping to be a bit bigger if we're going for kind of a realistic size. And there's something off about the blood trail on his left sword that's kind of bothering me. I feel like it's kind of bent downward or slanted in a way. Also the wire for the ODM gear that I couldn't attach earlier. I guess there's just no perfect statue, but it's okay, it's really not that much of a big deal, it still looks cool without it. In summary, I can't say nothing but good things about the sculpt work and the details on this. LC Studios did a great job making this a fantastic statue. It's a great piece to have or maybe save up for if you're a fan of Attack on Titan. Special thanks to FavorGK where I got this statue from. I'll post a link down below if you're interested in getting this statue. So this sums it up for this unboxing. Thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. And please do give this a thumbs up if you found this helpful in any way. See you again in the next unboxing.